Hey, everybody. Happy New Year. So glad you're here today with me. Hoping everybody's well. Everybody good? Let's hear about it. Everybody good? Everybody excited for 2017? Hello. Good, good, good. Hey, be thankful for the big things, right? The things that we often overlook. Okay, we're all here. We're all healthy and capable, right? So be grateful that God has granted us the ability to not only have the strength, health, and stamina, but also the desire, determination, and hopefully the focus. I'm going to be focusing on this today, and I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Because 2017 can be all you want it to be. It can be life changing if you want it to be. If you really want it to be, it could be life changing if we welcome it and move with it and not against it and don't fight it. Right? If we push two magnets together, right, on the same poles, right, they retract, right? They what's the word? They I guess retract is probably the best word, but they push against each other. And oftentimes what happens is we don't even recognize that we're doing that to ourselves. We've got a great opportunity, great products, and then we're the other side of that magnet. And when we put them together, they should attract strength and wonderful things. Right. But what happens sometimes is we're not taking the deliberate actions. We're not doing the things that we must, that we know we should, that we have to do to get to our desired result. And ultimately, we end up not achieving this. But what I'm going to show you today is how to start to attract some exciting things that are going to be happening in 2017. I'm having a meeting at the home office this Friday and Saturday, and with Osman and the executive team about everything going on pre, during RTE, and then after for 2017. So we've got 2 days of excitement, and I'll be able to fill you guys in on a lot. I can tell you that there's lots of compensation plan changes. The best changes to date that I've experienced in 7 years almost with this company, right? So if we decide that we're going to open our mind and allow for the poles of the magnets being the company, the products, the business, of course, all of that is strong, is good, is valuable. And if we simply just alter, maybe tweak a couple of things that we're doing, we can have the poles attract to each other and then attract quality people, people that we trust, like, and respect. The first question is, though, will you be, thank you, Kathy, will you be in Orlando with us? How many of you are going to Orlando? Come on. That's it. If you don't have your ticket yet, please, please go and get it. And I'll explain to you why. When you have a couple of people on your team that are in the room, that are there with us, your business can explode as a result of you and they coming out of the meeting with the same excitement, the same encouragement, the same content to be able to hit the ground running. The first year we had a Rise to Enterprise ever was 2010. And I believe there was 72 people in the room. That was it. We had everybody on 6 tables of 12. It was crazy. Maybe there was 7 tables of 10. That was it. But I had 7 people of that 72 were on my team. And as a result, 8 of us came out of there with such excitement and encouragement and all on the same page that my business grew 2,240% in that next year. So you have to be there. It's an investment. I get it. Is it expensive? It sure is. The airfare, the hotels, I get it. But what if you knew that you were going to have a terrific return on that investment by simply being there and then engaging after the fact? A lot of people say, it's hard to come up with the money. I get it, guys. I was living in a car. Okay, I get it. But if your refrigerator broke tomorrow, you would figure out how to get that fixed. If your car broke down, you would figure out how to get that fixed. And neither your refrigerator or your car can offer you the type of return that our event will absolutely offer you as long as you engage with us. So whoever's got tickets, or doesn't have tickets, please get them. Okay, and be there. Make that commitment to yourself and to your family, because part of the event is helping us to hit a target, right? We're going there with expectations to come out of there with content, value, information, education, partnerships, right? We're coming out of there so that we can hit a target. But I can tell you, having been in the Marine Corps, that hitting a target is good in and of itself, but it's not the best. Because hitting a target, hitting the paper, that's fine. But if you hit the target with determination, you can dynamically improve the net result of that shot, of your effort in hitting the target. And what do I mean by that? If you set your goals and you prepare yourself to hit that target, you have to know what the target is. What is it that you want? Be very specific to yourself. Cause yourself to have to understand truly what it is that you want. Right? So what is your target? Define it. Be very specific with yourself. Because in the military, when I was in the Marine Corps, you got 50 shots to qualify in the Marine Corps as a rifleman. So by hitting the paper, you can hit the target 50 times and you could be back here hitting in the white 50 times, maybe one or two in the black. And you won't even qualify for the lowest rank, which is marksman, or the next level up, which is sharpshooter. But what causes some, like myself, to shoot expert year after year after year? I shot 248 out of a possible 250. I had never shot a rifle before, really. I mean, I think I shot a 22 at Boy Scout summer camp one year. But what was it? Sure, there's some talent involved. There's no question. But I had a desire. I wanted to be good. I prepared. I cleaned my weapon. I made sure I understood it. I knew what the wind would do to the round, how far it would move it, to the left or to the right, or up and down based on gravity. Right? I was focused on being good. But the point here is that the talent can come over time. Talent comes like anything else by simply being repetitive of what we're doing. You're simply going to get better at what it is that we're doing by doing it more and more and more. Does that make sense? So don't be so hard on yourself that you're not as good as me. Because guys, you wouldn't want to have been as good as me 6.5 years ago. Trust me. Okay, but it happens over time. It is a disciplined effort over time, a little bit along the way. Amy Bidewolf says it best, right? A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Okay, so the talent will come by us simply doing again and again and again what it is that we must do. So what is it that we can focus on? There's only 6 things that we have to do really well here in this industry in order to be highly successful. People oftentimes will confuse themselves and take on other projects and doing things that aren't income earning activities. These are the 6 things that we must master over time. And here's the best part, is only 3 of these are required early. So now you have 6 things that you have to master over years, and 3 of them we're going to help you understand and master immediately. All right, can we invite, and do we understand the psychology of inviting? Can we share our business and products effectively? And what tools do we have? Can we enroll people, just physically enroll them in the system and offer them support? Those are the 3 that we must focus on as new entrepreneurs and partners in our business. We have to help everybody get to that point where they can understand the psychology of inviting. They can understand the best and easiest ways to share our business and our products without having to speak too much. We got the tools, right? And then how do we enroll? And then offer support. Because then as you advance in rank, we're going to ask you to step up and help us train and assist those in your organizations. Right? Then we're going to ask you to cause duplication in our efforts, right? From everything that we're doing. We're going to ask you to participate and double down with us on mimicking the duplication necessary in your organization for you to excel, and for those that said yes to you to excel. Then finally, can we mentor those wanting our mentorship? Those that look up to us, that see the value as leaders, what it is that you're offering, that are asking for your help. And those are the ones that I love to work with. Those that are asking, right? Will you help me? I mean, where would I be if Todd Smith said no to me? A lot of you may know the story, may not, but he was an icon in this industry. And I told him when I met him, I can't afford you at all to help me, but I promise I will pick up the baton from where you left it after 20 years, and I'll move downfield and make it even a little bit better as you did. Right? So where would I be had he said no to me? So we can't say no to people. Right? Because the better we are at doing these things, the better we can be at teaching them. Right? That's the key here. It's not become the best teacher in the world. You have to be able to learn how to do them, implement them, right? And have results from them, because you'll see what works and what doesn't. Hopefully it's from our trainings and not your trial and error, right? So we can save you that grief, right? But you're simply going to be better by doing. And then you can teach that through experiences, right? The better we are at teaching them, the better the results within your organization. So this is not a sprint game, guys. This is a marathon. This is us just making commitments to ourselves. What is it that we're willing to do to have a fantastic result and help others achieve the same thing? Kind of simple, right? That's why they say the industry's simple, because it's really only 6 things that if we master these 6 things, you can be exceptional in this industry. These efforts will push the results closer to the target center. Instead of just being satisfied with hitting the paper, right? These efforts, by honing our skills, are going to cause that round, that bullet, to move closer and closer to the middle of the target. And that's when you'll end up becoming an expert. So let's break it down. Inviting people that trust, like, and respect. Who are you going to talk to? And why might this benefit them from a business or product perspective? You need to understand that about the person that's on your list before you pick up the phone and call them. Are you inviting happy people, people that you trust, like, and respect, that are upbeat, optimistic? Or are you inviting half-empty people, right? Think about what you want around your business. Do you trust, like, and respect those that you want to invite? Why would you want negative people to partner with or purchasing from you, right? They're always going to have a complaint about something, right? What will you invite them to? Is it a 3-way call, right? Very common. It should be, right? Should be the first step. Because then as leadership, we get to help you on the 3-way call, get them to a meeting, right? Or a lunch, or to perhaps watch a video if they're not local. Will you study the scripts that we offer in our Flow for Success document, our training? Sorry, typo. It's called our Flow for Success document. Steps to success are the single-page training within the Flow for Success. So will you study the scripts that are available? And it's not for you to adopt them as verbatim. It's to show you 21 different scripts based upon demographic, profession, and personality. That's all it is, right? And then you can just move them around to whatever you like. But it's to help you get out of that little box. Okay, it's to show you that we have tried and true content available. Will you engage with your sponsor for their help and support to ensure that you stay on track, right? Because we don't want you doing this alone. There's no reason. So I want everybody to commit that you're going to reach out to your teams, to those that said yes to you and yes to them. And you're going to offer help and support this year, right? Because so many times we forget that there are already people on your team that have already said yes already, that may be, not active. Maybe they were disappointed. Maybe somebody didn't help them, right? So what if we reached out to all those people that already said yes and offered them a commitment? For 2017, I'll work with you as much or as little as you want. Would that be of interest to you if I helped you, if I supported you? And we bypassed your sponsor and we had a call every other day or twice a week or whatever it is. Would you be interested in that? Right? I'm not saying 100% of them are going to say yes. What if 2 or 3 said yes? Right? These are people that already said yes. So let's get back to basics and helping those that said yes to us and yes to them. So what tools can we use? Number 2 on the list, right? What are we going to ask them to participate in? Is it a meeting, a launch? Well, first off, you've got 7 self-replicated sites. All you have to do is take these sites and add your IREP number to the end of them, and it will promote your information. You will get credit for any sale or purchase that goes through that site. right? So instead of being the message, you can allow the technology to help you in being the message, right? As opposed to you, especially if you're young and you're early. Okay. We've got videos. We've got sponsors and upline and experiences. We got before and after pictures. We've got all kinds of industry books and resources in the back office that are available for you. But the thing I can't stress the most to you is that events drive this business. Events will drive your business. Okay, because a common fact is that not everybody that goes to a meeting is going to earn tens of thousands monthly. But those earning tens of thousands and wanting to are at every meeting because they understand the value of consistency and that the personalities of people want consistency. They want to see that you're there, that you're not a fair weathered sponsor, right? When things are good, you're there consistently all the time to help and support them. And the point of this all is if you put yourself in the mindset that your vision board perhaps offers these types of results for 2017, and you work diligently towards them by mastering one topic at a time. Maybe you said, I'm going to master one a quarter, right? And maybe you're more aggressive. You say, I'm going to do one a month, right? Whatever. It's up to you. There's nobody pressuring you to do more, right? But be specific. Set a goal. I'm going to learn how to invite. I'm going to read those scripts, and I am going to have calls with my upline and find out what worked best for them when they were inviting strong in the beginning, right? But make it a mindset. Make it your vision board. Because hitting the paper shouldn't be the goal. Excuse me. Moving the strike of the round, your efforts, to the center of the target, that should be your goal. Because the difference is, if you look on the one on the right, you can see it's numerically stated as to the values, right? Well, specifically, right, when you have those two targets up, the mind says, okay, I'm going to shoot for the higher number. Where from 500 yards with no scope, laying down in the mud, you're hoping to hit the target, right? So the results could be financially tremendous for all of us by simply honing our skills and committing that 2017, we're all going to focus on moving our strike towards the center. Because what we've done so far has been fantastic. We've had great successes. We've had great successes. Okay, but what we need to do now is hone those skills just a little more. Right? So now instead of being a marksman or a sharpshooter, now we're expert qualified. And that's where your teams will truly, truly benefit. Okay, finally, can I enroll and support? This is the third piece of the puzzle of the six, but the third of the things that we must do early on. Do you simply know how to log in and enroll a partner or a customer? Has anybody shown you how to do that? Do you know how to set your auto shipment up for before the 15th and not just accept what the company offers, which normally defaults to the 25th, right? We don't want that because people are running out of product and it's already interrupting their consumption. So if they're joining on the 9th or 10th, you want their auto shipment to ship on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So it allows for the shipment time to get to them, right? Will you help those new people up by setting their bank account information up so they can get their commissions? Or are you going to let default to a debit card that charges money every month when you run it? Will you ensure that they get a welcome email, which is inside the Flow for Success, that helps them to see that we have a roadmap? And will you go through the Steps to Success document, the single page, at the time you sign them up to show them that we've got this? This is not about how much content can we put in front of you. It's about how much content do you need. It's a single page. Have you introduced them to the upline? Do you offer a welcome call so your sponsor can welcome them? Right? And acknowledge them and thank them for partnering with us. Are you encouraging them to attend the next training, which should be their planning session, right? Their first training or a meeting. The more events we invite them to, the more people they see as quality, educated, fun people, right? And they start feeling a part of. Okay, guys, so this is all important stuff for us for 2017, for any day, any year. Okay, but I can guarantee you, if we all make that commitment, that we're hitting the paper. There's no question we're hitting the paper. But now what we need to do is to bring that strike of the round towards the center of the target, offering better educated skills to those that said yes and for those that said yes to them. That's got to be our goal now, is how do we duplicate effectively while delivering quality content that allows those that partner with us to experience the best possible achieved result based on their engagement, but by your having become the teacher, right? We've got to be fluent in what we're doing. And the only way that's going to happen is by experiencing it, right? So invite, enroll, right? Teach people, right? Get them to launch events, do three-way calls. All of those things are going to allow you to become a better leader so that you can teach based upon the experiences that you've had to that date. Okay, guys, thanks so much. And I've recorded this, so I'll put it up on my YouTube channel tonight. Appreciate you all. Thanks so much for being here.